May portfolio is in the books. One portfolio, 53 properties, 3,602 inquiries, 376 move-ins, and a story behind every single number. This is the May 2026 month in review. Welcome to the Metrics Room, Silverlands. So let's start off with the biggest win of the month on conversions. This isn't a normal one that you'd like, just it would jump out at you, but you just want to talk through some of the conversions as Sam and I look at them overall on inquiries. Firecrest had 97% occupied, had 44 showings, 48% inquiry to move-in showing rate, and had 10 total move-ins. So that's a lot of work that's happening. Here's what the 48% number means. So what that means is 48 out of every 100 inquiries actually came out to see Kristen in a showing. So good work there, Kristen. That's not a marketing win, that's a people win. Some of that team is picking up the phone, building excitement, and getting people through the door. Kristen, that pipeline is one of our tightest in the entire company right now. This one's yours. Good work. So the battle of the month. And this month, we're not comparing occupancy numbers. We're going deeper. We're looking at conversion rates because high occupancy doesn't always mean the best team. Sometimes the building is just full, but conversion rate, that tells who's actually working. So here's the leaderboard. Koenig with 67% inquiry to application rate. Out of every 10 people who reached out, 6 of those filled out an application. So that means CJ is getting them in, and she's actually showing she's getting application rate 6 out. It's almost 7 out of 10. So that's remarkable, CJ. That number belongs to you. Evergreen, 60% inquiry to application as well, and then 60% inquiry to move-in. That is phenomenal numbers. We would like it to be, 40% inquiry to application, and it's 60%. And it's 16% inquiry to move-in. It's 60%. That means 60 out of every 100 inquiries. Toby Patterson is getting them to actually move in. That is phenomenal. And Evergreen ended with 9 RPS on the month. So just big numbers. And that is one of our first collective properties where really all we have left is Canvas Homes. So Toby is one of the top leasing agents in the company. So great work. We need to study what she's doing because she's doing a great job. And then Big Valley, 45% inquiry to application and 33%. So 33 out of every 100 inquiries in Big Valley are moving in. If you look at their vacant rentals, it is just going downwards and downwards and downwards. And their RPS and their vacant readies are almost meeting. We're going to have that property filled for the first time in a long time. So good work to Jasmine, to Angel, and to Ruby. One thing I would say is with the Big Valley, one thing we want to see, and with all of these is as we're occupying, is your income following the occupancy? And if it isn't, that is a big problem. It's not really helping us when we're occupying and the income isn't following. So just be really aware of that and focusing in RMs and everyone on that metric of the income increasing. Now let's behind the numbers. Now let's go behind the numbers because this is where the real conversation happens. Portfolio wide, we received 3,602 inquiries this month, and we converted 10% of those into move-ins. That's actually a little bit lower than before. So it's about 2% less than before, if I'm just being honest. But that's where we are. But that's the numbers you see between 171 in RPS month to 111, which is what we had. That type of inquiry or that 2%, I'm telling you, is like 60. It's probably more than that. So we didn't convert quite as well this month over month, but just behind the numbers, that's what I want you to understand, the good and the bad and what I'm seeing. Now, is that good or bad? Depends on how you look at it. We generated enough demand to fill every vacancy, then some, but 90% of the people who reached out didn't move in. So the question every leasing agent should be asking is, where did they go? Some lost interest, some chose a competitor, some just didn't get followed it up with enough or fast enough. Looking at Pine Meadows and Redwood, 300 and 498 inquiries respectively. Some of the highest traffic in the entire portfolio, but close rate of 2%. The marketing machine is working. The top of the funnel is full. The properties with the highest conversion rates this month had one thing in common: speed to lead, speed to responding, speed to show, speed to close. In leasing, the first call wins. Are you guys making it? One thing, side note, I'd say is, though, even besides like the 2% conversion for Redwood, they were one of the top offices in the company because they did get as many inquiries as they needed. They ended up with 9 RPS plus, which is the biggest month they've ever had. So that's what I'm talking about and harp on over and over is if you get that volume, you still can hit the big numbers just because that front load of the top, the funnel, the math will math and you'll get the massive move-in. So good work to Nancy and Bridget and to Stephanie Judd in Market Street. And also to Brayton. Don't want to forget you, Brayton. Good work. Before we close, here's what we're watching going into June. We have 149 vacant ready units sitting across the portfolio right now. Clean and available, ready to move in. Some of those are Canvas homes, but that's 149 opportunities. The question is, how fast can we move? We're also keeping a close eye on the communities that have the most room to grow. Canyon Lake, Crestview, Oak Ridge, The Grove, Pine Ridge. These teams know the climb ahead of them, the decision that changed it, the team that made it happen, the exact shift in strategy. You don't want to miss it. That's all we got for you this week in Metrics Room. Appreciate you guys. Let's go have a massive June, our biggest ever. Thanks. Talk to you later.